Hi, this is Randy. The empowered spousal victim of a predator. Typically, there are two kinds of victims in terms of the level of empowerment that they feel throughout the relationship or throughout the duration of the devaluation stage, which can be an extended period of time. So it appears that some victims fall easy prey to becoming the doormat, the slave that the predator wants them to be. And as they continue to be that slave for the narcissist, allow the narcissist to take full control over every aspect of their life and the relationship and the direction of the relationship, making all the decisions. If that victim is also being battered physically, which may or may not be the case, a lot of times narcissists do not batter their victims. It's not because they would feel remorseful or that they are not capable of it, but some predators are able to exert that level of control merely because they understand that the consequence could take them to jail, and that is something that they fear, which would be going to jail, because that would greatly impact on their ability to get supply. So there are certain limits, although they're very few, there are certain limits and boundaries that narcissists at the certain level, at the mid-range to the high level, usually will not engage in, and that is physical abuse. However, they don't they continue to engage in any kind of other abuses, especially those abuses that they can have plausible deniability for, those abuses that cannot be proven or tracked or cannot lead them to any kind of jail time. So there are other kinds of victims that, although they may be compliant for a while, they begin testing the narcissist by stopping doing things. And it's not really just because they're testing the narcissist to see what the narcissist would do. In fact, it's mostly because they're exhausted from the hamster wheel, from the constant tasks that they are assigned, and if they don't do them, they know no one else will. Narcissists are well known for not doing household tasks, even the ones that, their particular gender role would normally do. If it's a woman, it would be the indoor tasks. If it's a male, it would be the outdoor tasks. Normally, the narcissist will perform his household chores or her household chores that are normally assigned to that gender. They will do them for a while, so they will appear that they are capable of it, don't have a problem doing their share. And then through the gradual devaluation, these tasks will drop off and they will become assigned to the spousal victim to do also. So not only is, if it's a female victim, not only is she, doing all the cooking, all the cleaning, all the laundry, and also paying at least half of the bills, maybe all of the bills, maybe all of the shared bills plus some of the narcissist bills, or maybe helping the narcissist with his children, helping the narcissist with his adult children, with his grandchildren, assisting the narcissist with his family of origin, and any responsibilities, their responsibilities of buying gifts for the narcissist's family members, not only shopping for them, but also paying for them, making sure that cards are sent out to the right people, making sure the taxes are paid, making sure that important papers and documents are signed, organizing the predator's business receipts, business documents that will be needed for taxes. So the target gets exhausted, and when they begin feeling the least bit empowered, the spousal victim may drop off a task. For example, stop doing the narcissist's laundry. Warn the narcissist this is going to happen, and then stop doing it because they simply cannot get everything done. They're already sleep deprived because the narcissist does not allow the target to sleep. And the narcissist is typically up till the late hours of the night and then up again at the crack of dawn. The narcissist is generally an insomniac and seems to have all these bouts of energy and doesn't understand why the target, who has been running around taking care of not only his or her own job, but all the gender role typical tasks that she's responsible for, as well as having to either get on to the narcissist to now do his tasks outdoors, or that there's certain repairs in the home that need fixing, that are simple to fix for the narcissist perhaps, but the victim, does not know how to fix them herself and would have to hire someone to do. And the target finds themselves, pleading with the narcissist to, fix something in the home that would take 5 minutes for them to do, but they just don't do it. So these kinds of things build up, these small things that, are not working in the home now. And it's just kind of this in-your-face FU from the narcissist to the spousal victim, that she is to continue to now to add really to her responsibilities. So let's say the target is so exhausted they stop doing laundry, and so the hope is that the narcissist will now begin doing his own laundry, but that's not what happens. Then what happens is that the dirty clothes piles up to a mountain, and the spousal victim has to look at this, has to watch it. It now the house becomes, it starts appearing very cluttered, very dirty, because when the victim starts to drop tasks off, for example, also cooking, the victim may just be so exhausted that she has to drop off cooking. Not all the time, but perhaps a victim used to cook every night and just is so exhausted and also not hungry that she just leaves that to the narcissist. And either the narcissist will just go out to eat by himself and pay for it, or will cook, but then what will be created is a big mess in the kitchen. So it's like half a dozen of one, six of the other, half a dozen of one of the other. You still, if you stop doing the laundry, will encounter then a mountain of laundry, plus being berated that you don't do my laundry anymore. Or, if you don't cook as regularly as you used to because you're just simply exhausted, then you will just have more of a mess to clean up when the narcissist cooks and, decides to leave all of the pots and pans right exactly where they were after the meal, and also not even put the food away in the refrigerator, the leftovers. So, you will find, rotting food in your refrigerator. Things are not kept up with. The narcissist just will not, on a regular basis, complete tasks. The spousal victim may find that the grass now is not getting mowed. It's less and less. It's like, it used to be done every week, every 10 days, every 2 weeks, or whenever it got long, and now it's getting longer and longer. And the choice of the target is to either do it herself, pay someone to do it, which will infuriate the narcissist, and or bother and remind the narcissist to do it, which then you're nagging, or just allow the grass to keep growing, and the narcissist never seems to even notice that it's a problem, because what used to be the narcissist's responsibility that they assumed as part of their gender role that they seem to have no problem doing, now they no longer do. So it puts the victim in this kind of a pickle where it's a shell game. It's like, as you're always constantly trying to do the next task, to figure out who's going to do the next task, how the next task will get done. There are not enough hours in the day. Piles of clothes build up over here. Piles of dishes and are building up over there. The grass is growing, longer and longer. And if the spousal victim doesn't do it herself, she will be punished. If she does it herself, then things will remain quiet. If she hires someone to do these things, she will be punished. If she asks the narcissist to do them, she will be punished. If she expects the narcissist will do them eventually after things get too dire, after the mountain of clothes is eventually too high, will the narcissist do it? After the grass gets a certain length, will the narcissist do it? Will anything cause the narcissist to take on responsibilities? This is what the spousal victim constantly, in one way, is waiting for to happen. But the reason it happens is because the victim is exhausted and cannot keep up with all the new tasks that are coming her way, as the narcissist sits there on his mobile device and appears very busy, very preoccupied, very disinterested in the fact that the target is scurrying around to keep the household functioning in a decent manner, not allowing the home to become, a cluttering, hoarding mess, trying not to get, neighbors calling because of the way that the outside looks, because the narcissist just has totally forgotten about and given up any kind of responsibilities, and the narcissist goes right along very nonchalantly, as if none of this is related to him. This is all the victim's problem. All right. Thanks for listening, guys.